Hello everybody, welcome to this live market analysis where we are going to be looking into the very long term to see what has been going on. Well, I have been away for some time. That's because the market condition has not been really favorable for me, so I have gone back to look deeply into the trading strategies and the market conditions in order to see if we will be able to profit as usual from the market. Well, again, the Brexit entire issue was passed last week, and we are expecting a referendum on Thursday, 12th of December. That means the evil day has been postponed, and so on the 12th of December, the outcome of that UK referendum will decide the fate of most of those currency crosses, especially the sterling pound pairs. Well, for now, in the month of November, we are going to trade as usual. Just that the market abnormal volatility for the sterling pound crosses may continue until the Brexit and until the referendum, the UK snap election is done. Okay. All right, now let's look into the Forex Factory to see those high impact news announcements that we are expecting for this upcoming trading week. We have quite some high impact news announcement. You want to pay special attention to the unemployment or employment data, the interest rate announcement. This is for the sterling pounds. You want to give that special attention. The employment data for the New Zealand dollar axis, interest rate for the Australian dollar. If you are an intraday trader, please take note of all of these high impact news announcements because they can spike the market in any direction. That is what we have for the Forex Factory economical calendar. All right, now let's look into the chart. Like I said earlier on, we are going to start afresh, analyzing the pairs over again in order to see what's been going on. All right, let's begin with the euro against the American dollar, marking our key levels of support and resistance. Here in the monthly time frame, you can see that price bottom out right here as a level of support. This area acted as resistance right there, okay, as support right here. Got broken to the downside, again acted as resistance somewhere in there. So we are just going to keep those two key levels in the monthly time frame. So let me just draw that. Okay, this is one of it. All right, even though we got that was the initial bounce test, then a fake breakout, so that level is still intact. Then we got another one here. Let's just skip that. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. Sorry about that. All right, so another one here. You can see resistance around that area. Resistance there acted as support. A little bit of hesitation, got broken to the downside, retested again, then to the downside. So those are the two key levels in the monthly time frame. For now, there is nothing else in the monthly time frame except if you want to begin to keep this one. Okay, we can just keep it. All right. Can keep that one. That's the focal point. A retest, another retest zone, resistance anytime price goes there. So we'll keep those three lines. I actually do not like keeping more than 3 lines in the chart for a particular time frame. All right, let's move into the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, well, I had anticipated price to be in some form of a channel. Okay, ugly channel, but at the same time, let me just draw that level. Let's just draw that got broken to the downside. It didn't hold. At some point I had to let me change the color of this line. Okay, so at some point I had to just keep some sort of a triangle. Okay, keep this level, keep this one here. Okay, I have to keep that triangle because of the lots of hesitation. Right there, remember when we analyzed price around that area, we talked about the potential bounce to the upside. Then this level here as the level of resistance, okay, coming in confluence with that area right there. So my anticipation here is that price is beginning to trade in such an expanding triangle, a sign of market confusion. We may have price keep pushing to that area of resistance. For me, the best course of trading here is still to look for long opportunities. The hesitation has just been too much for so many weeks. Price has just been hesitating, where the market condition becomes so difficult for traders to trade. So right here with current price action for the euro against the American dollar, I expect price to keep pushing to the upside. All right, let's see the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, what do we have? Let's see. This trend line has given way. Okay. Unfortunately, I was actually watching this. Nice price action, but I wasn't just fast enough. This trend line here in the daily time frame gave way. You can clearly see the breakout pullback, a bounce. All right, bounce right there, push to the upside. Now we have a new trend line, this one here. Okay, this one here. So we are going to draw that one, take out this one. Okay, so that's the new trend line. Price has made some level of resistance there. That's the previous swing high. So all we need to do is to wait for that level to be taken out. Then we keep searching for our buy entries. For now, it is trading around resistance, but still looking bullish. Let's come to the forward time frame. Let me just get my lines accurate. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so in the forward time frame, we are just going to mark these two levels, this one here and this one here. That's a double top. Let's see if it gets broken to the upside. All right, so change this color to green, and also like to keep it just within the daily forwards. All right, so we need to, the trend here is to the upside. Okay, don't confuse the trend direction. Even though we got a little bit of a wobbly price behavior, the trend is still to the upside, and this is the trend line. So it is trending to the upside, and we should trade in the direction of this trend by looking for buy opportunities. So if price is able to break above that level of resistance, we should be looking for continuation moves. Okay, that's it. Nothing else. Let's analyze the charts just the way they are. So we are bullish here. We are looking for buy opportunities, but we want this level of resistance to be taken out. All right, so that's it for the euro against the American dollar. Let's look at the American dollar against the Japanese yen monthly time frame. What do we have in here? A little bit of in fact quite sideways price behavior for several months. Getting more than 2 years, price has been sideways with this tiny price, low volume market. Okay, all right, so what do we have here? Well, you can clearly see some bottoming out right here. Okay, and some sort of a flat top right here. So let's draw this level. Zoom in this chart. I'm going to change this to pink. Okay, so we can again just keep this price compression, which is probably an early hint that we might be getting a breakout to the downside. So you need to be extremely careful hitting on your buy button in the euro against the American dollar. The next level we can keep is probably this level. Okay, so those are the three lines that we should keep for maintain for the American dollar against Japanese yen. Don't want to keep more than 3 lines. So if price is able to break below, we should have the next level of support here. So for the American dollar against Japanese yen, given this flat bottom triangle here, we should be more interested in short opportunities, and it would be nice to always do so, to take the short entry around that level of resistance. Okay, to be nice to take it in. All right, let's move on to the weekly time frame. What do we have in here? Well, we got some form of resistance here, some resistance level there. Just draw that, keep that in blue. Weekly, daily, 1 hour. All right, so we can keep that. You can see that problematic zone, price has been struggling to break through that level. And just make a little adjustment. All right, price has been struggling to break through that level, so this is a level of resistance. And last week candle is a bearish one. You can see that candle right here. Okay, it's a bearish one, which is a good thing to look for short entries around that area. But again, as established in the monthly time frame, the best place to look for short entries is just around that level there. So if price makes pushes, advances to that area, then we'll be looking for short entries. If you are taking any short entry here, you know that is not the optimal zone, then your stop loss must be somewhere around that area. In case price makes advances to that area, then you have to be safe, maybe somewhere around in there or here. Okay, all right. In the daily time frame, let's see what's been going on. Daily time frame, we got, this is what I am looking at. You need to anticipate all of these channels. I'm going to change that to red color. Okay, we got, you can actually see that area they're acting as resistance, and what it formed there, some heavy resistance there for price to come back down. Then I am also seeing some form of maybe an expanding triangle. Okay, maybe an expanding triangle, and it's time for price to come back down. Well, but before then, let me see, maybe we can keep this, but I'm not liking that lower leg. At any rate, we know we have room for price to come back down. All right, we have that room, but again, we are still expecting the price may go up to the monthly level before it can come down, and so there is no straight jump into any of this trade. Let's zoom in closer and see what's going on there. Just zoom in again, take that level. Okay, take that level. You will see that that level there that acted as support got broken with that momentum bar. Okay, got broken with that momentum bar, and immediately after that, what do we get? A congestion candle. All right, so eventually we are having a breakout, congestion, and a possible continuation move. And if we are going to be trading this, the best entry procedure is to place a sell stop order few pips below that congestion bar, the stop loss few pips above. All right, so if price wants to continue, then it can trigger our entry and now make some nice pushes to the downside. If it doesn't want to make that push, then it can hesitate there and begin to push to the upside, and our entry may not be triggered, and we will simply cancel that entry. Okay, so this is a nice setup here for us. We'll look into that and see how we can take the trade for a possible continuation move of this momentum bar that you are seeing there. All right, so let's keep this. If you are going short, we are doing so at an optimal area of resistance that price is likely going to move to the downside. 4 hours time frame, well, it is obvious that level support. All of this is the congestion price action that we are seeing in the daily time frame. So if price makes the decision to keep pushing, then we are likely going to see some nice pushes to the downside. So keep this. Our terms of reference is in the daily time frame. All right, the next pair is the sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar. There is no need to waste your time here. You can obviously see that the price has been in a range. Okay, in a range. This is our key level there, that key area of support. We're just going to keep a level. Monthly time frame. I change that color to pink. Maintain that level, although it has not been hit. All right, and so it has not been hit, and to the top here we keep getting some higher swing highs than lower swing highs right there. All right, some form of an ugly house shaped, a roof shaped type of price action. So if you look deeply again, just connect these highs. Okay, connect those highs, this one here and this one here. Then let's connect these lows, this one here and this one here. Okay, all right, so this is what I would like to keep. Let me zoom in the charts. All right, so this is what I would like to keep for the sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar. Price is actually in a channel, right? In a channel, you can see the swing down, swing up, swing down, now swing up. If you were actually, this analysis wasn't conducted previously, wasn't properly conducted, and that is why most traders were trapped looking for short entries around an area of support. So right now the anticipation is that price is going to make some resistance around here and possibly come back down. So if you are looking to trade here, even though we have the snap general election coming up in December, the hesitation within this channel is likely going to continue until December 12th. Okay, this channel here is going to price is likely going to remain there until December 12th. So this is not an area to look for your long entries. You want to be extremely careful. This is a level of resistance. Price is likely going to find resistance around that area. All right, let's move on to the next time frame, the weekly level. Well, it's still the same thing. Price just needs to make some little pushes again to that area. Then you can find resistance there for price to come back down. You really do not want to go long around that zone. In the daily time frame, well, we have that level there of resistance, which is currently being retested. I'm going to mark that in red. Okay, then we can also mark the lower boundary here in red. All right, nothing much from this price action, from current price action. Okay, this is a twin pin bar and an opportunity for price to come back down within this range. Okay, within that range. But remember, the Canadian dollar employment data will be released on Friday, so an interest rate will be released for the sterling pounds as well this week. So you want to be careful trading the sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar, as those news announcements can cause abnormal market volatility. All right, let's see the 1 hour time frame, nothing. Forward time frame, nothing. You just need to be mindful of the news announcement, both from the sterling pounds axis and the Canadian dollar axis. All right, next pair, sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. This is the monthly time frame. What can you see? Well, what we can see here is that price has also remained within that sort of a channel. All right, lots of hesitation. So we are just simply going to mark the lower boundary of that channel, change that color to pink, and the upper boundary of this channel. Okay, that's everything in the monthly time frame. If you were taking a trade here, well, unfortunately that was poor analysis, going short around that zone. Then in the weekly time frame, what do we have? Well, aside from the fact that we have this area here as resistance, change that to blue as resistance. You can see how price was actually respecting that area. I am thinking that we may have also had that channel. Let's keep this way. Let me just take out this all of this so you can get a clearer picture. We may have also had this channel type of price behavior. Okay, this is the sorry, let me adjust this. Okay, this is the initial bounce, a little bit of fake breakout here, then here you can see how price has been going sideways. Okay, so that's resistance. So let's bring back the other two monthly lines. Okay, so at any rate, price found resistance around that zone. Not yet clear, but you don't need to click on your buy button around that zone. Just hold on. If you want to go long, then you need price to go above that area. Then the next level of resistance is the monthly level of resistance at that point. Let's see the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, well, we really do not have much to draw here. This one was quite mutilated. Okay, that counter trend line was mutilated right there, so we cannot use that line anymore. The next line is this one here. The next level is this one, where price can actually find support around that zone. And as it is, the move to the downside is still there. You really do not want to go long at that point. You need to wait for the interest rate announcement, and as you can see, for the past few days, price has remained a bit sideways. The market volume has dropped significantly, so you need to wait. But at any rate, just know that the pattern in the monthly time frame is still a channel, which is a good hint that price might break into the downside. Then in the weekly time frame, lots of confusion, even though we are seeing that a channel price is likely going to come down, so you need to be careful. In the daily time frame, no clarity here, but still pointing to the downside. All right, so let's leave that one, move on to the American dollar against the Swiss franc. This is the monthly time frame. We have analyzed this pair before, we have analyzed this over and over before. This is the last swing there. It got broken. Okay, it got broken, and of course excuse me, you can see how price has been finding difficulties around that area. But for now, we can also just simply move our level, even though I do not trust this level, but let's just move it and keep that as a flat top triangle. Okay, we can take this one. Let's keep it here as a flat top triangle. All right, so this is what I am going to keep in the monthly time frame. This level here, support, this one here, then this high as flat top triangle. But for based on the technical outlook for the American dollar against the Swiss franc, I am seeing a very bearish pair. Okay, I'm seeing a very bearish pair. I am really bearish with this pair. Let's see the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, what did we actually analyze? We had analyzed an expanding triangle connecting these two lows. Going to just keep that in blue. All right, then the top here, remember we took a series of trades here that got stopped out. Series of trades here got stopped out, break even, one at a loss, but even though we had the clear picture the price is going to push down, price was just too volatile around that area. So for the American dollar against the Swiss franc, the anticipation here is that price is going to push all the way to the next level of support, which is this one here. So if you are holding a short trade, be brave, hold that trade, we are likely going to have price come to that area in a few more days. Okay, so I am absolutely bearish, and with current candle, with current price action, I wouldn't mind adding some more short entries with stop loss just above, hoping to see price come back down. Okay, so it is absolutely bearish, and look for short opportunities only. In the daily time frame, let's just take some sort of a flat bottom triangle. I am sure most of you must have drawn this yourself. Daily time frame. All right, that's it. Let's take this high. Okay, so if you are seeing this within that expanded triangle that we have drawn, and if price is able to break below, then you know the next move is going to be swiftly to the downside, because we're expecting price to push in that same proportion. All right, if you measure that, it should push in that same distance to the downside. So this is absolutely bearish for me, and I will be looking for only short opportunities in the American dollar against the Swiss franc. Nothing else. So let's just keep searching for short entries, as we hope that that level of support will be broken to the downside. All right, the next one is the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. Okay, let's just be quick enough here. I'm sorry, the live session will soon be ended. The focal point, I don't know, we had some difference in terms of chart candlestick formations in this pair. Well, I'm just going to analyze based on what I have for now. All right, for some, this pin bar is bouncing off this level. For others, it is not, but let's just skip it here. Okay, next level is this one here, but I am seeing that we may also be having, just like we have in other sterling pounds crosses, we may be having a channel, all right, that gave us a fake breakout to the downside. Let's bring this chart out a bit. The channel that gave us a fake breakout to the downside. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to just bring it closer. All right, so this is what I am thinking. The channel that gave us this fake breakout to the downside and immediately climbed to the upside. So if you're looking to trade here, this is a level of resistance. Okay, a little push back down. This is likely going to continue ahead of the general election. Okay, ahead of the general election, the hesitation is likely going to continue. So be careful hitting on your buy button against that level of resistance in the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. If price is able to push to that area, we'll be looking into the chart, searching for opportunities to go short. All right, again, most breakers have warned it is extremely risky to trade the sterling pounds crosses ahead of the Brexit general elections. Okay, in the weekly time frame, that was the fake breakout we talked about. That's the fake breakout. We expect to see a reversal anywhere around in here for price to turn back down. So let's keep our fingers crossed that hopefully we are going to find an opportunity there. In the daily time frame, we have this level of support. Okay, so many hesitation ahead of last week, trading week, where the overall traders we are expecting news announcement for particularly on the Brexit matter, and so a lot of traders were on the sideline on the sterling pounds crosses, and that was why we saw that lots of hesitation around that area. Okay, so nothing there for now. Finally, the American dollar against the Canadian dollar, which was a big pain, lots of hesitation that we previously analyzed in the monthly time frame, more of that sideways price behavior. In the monthly time frame, we can just keep these levels. Let me see what we can keep in here. This one here got broken, so we cannot anymore. Just going to remove that. Okay, we're going to keep this area. All right, that's an area, so let's keep that. Change that color. Okay, so we are going to also keep this area. nothingness. It's just that ugly range. Let's see the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, remember we had let me take a look at this. Okay, remember in the weekly time frame we had talked about that channel. Let me move this to view. Okay, we talked about the possibility of a channel formation. Okay, we talked about the possibility of a channel formation. This is a temporary fake breakout there where price has been swinging up and down, and now the next move is to the downside. Remember, we had discussed this earlier on, and of course that seems to be playing out. All right, after we made that analysis, right now if you zoom in this chart again, you will see that that level there that has been holding price as both resistance here, support here, has been broken, and this current candle is more of a pullback. Okay, so we expect to see a fall from there on to the downside. So for the American dollar against the Canadian dollar, let's be bearish. Let's search for only short opportunities. I'm just going to keep that level and to keep this level. Okay, that's the area. It is an area, but to be more specific, I will just leave it here. All right, so I'll just leave it there. Okay, so for if you are looking to go short here, the best area for you to be very safe is to place that stop loss maybe somewhere around in here. Okay, well, if we do our calculations and we are set to get in here to go short, we will let you know our valid stop loss level in the signal service. Okay, so we are bearish here and we're searching for only short opportunities. I think there is nothing much again. This is the forward time frame. We expect to see some bearish moves. Is a forward time. Okay, so nothing much. That is basically it. I hope we are going to end the year to cover up for some bad experiences that we've had, but overall our capital is still intact. Nothing has happened to that, just that we gave some profit back to the market and we hope to recover them. Thanks again. This has been quite a lengthy video, but very meaty, with full of facts, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. We'll talk again very shortly. Do enjoy your trading week, and please, I'm wishing you a very profitable trading week. If you have questions or contributions, feel free, send them across to us as usual, and we'll be extremely happy to respond to them. Bye for now.